What up, YouTube? It's your boy Penny LS1 checking in. I want to give y'all an update of what's going on, what I'm doing, what I'm about to do, the rest of my plans. I get a lot of questions. I appreciate all the questions. I try to answer everyone that I can, and if I don't have the answer, I'll let you know that as well. But so we in the garage. You see I got stuff everywhere. Got the fenders over there. I got, what else I got? Oh, stuff over here. Headlight bezels. So what I'm in the process of actually doing, the fenders, when I painted them, I put them back on the car and I didn't get them adjusted properly, so the door was rubbing. So I had some bare metal rub throughs right here. So there's one there, there's one there. And they were sitting in the back for a while I was painting the door jambs and the new doors. So they got some rust on them. So I've taken that down to metal, and I've scuffed the entire panel with red scuff pad. So I'm gonna shoot some epoxy primer to get those spots sealed and protected, and then I'm just gonna give it one base coat and then pearl and clear it. See, we got some right here as well, bare metal. So it was a lot. And then this area right here is where the hinge mounts, and that part rubbed from me adjusting the hinge, and it rubbed it down to metal, and it started to rust as well. So I'm not sure what the remedy gonna be for that, because it's gonna have to move to get the hinges adjusted. So, but I'm gonna repaint that as well, so we'll get that squared away. So that's what we're doing with the fender. So I'm getting ready to clean them. They're already scuffed up, so I'm getting ready to wipe them down with the glass cleaner, and then I'm gonna mask up the outer side, get it ready for paint. Today would be a good day to paint, temperature wise, but humidity, no bueno. So as you can see, it's only 80 degrees, 82, but look at that humidity. So I'm sweating like it's 90 something degrees out here, but that's because of the humidity. So that's what we got going on with the fenders. Real quick over here, the gauge bezel, this is the original one. As you guys know, I did replace it with a new one. So you see these holes right here. I was test fitting the switch for the Dakota digital. So my goal was to get it mounted somewhere in this panel. So I did a couple of holes test fitting it to make sure it fit where I wanted it, and to see if I had enough length on that cord without having to cut it and extend it. So this hole right here is the first attempt, and I didn't have a hole saw, so I just used a step bit to the biggest I can get, which wasn't big enough, and then I just used my Dremel to try to round it out, and as you can see, it's not round, it got wobbled. So it ended up going in, but then there was a gap right there that you could see with the button in there. So this is the successful attempt. Still did a step bit, but I went and bought a hole saw, and that particular size is this right here. So it's a 13/16 or 21 millimeter hole saw. I was going to use this one, but this one's a 7/8. It's too big. So this is the original mounting bracket that comes with that button. I'll show you in the car where it's set, but that's that. So this is the size you need if you want to flush mount that button. I didn't even put anything on it. It's a snug fit. You could maybe put some hot glue on the back side just to hold it, but you're pushing the button, so it's not going to come out. So we got that squared away, and I'm gonna show you here. But what I'm in the process of trying to decide, this button right here is for the rear window defroster. The button goes there. Not sure if I'm going to reinstall that, because on the aftermarket bezel, this section right here doesn't have any holes in it, so you have to cut whatever you want mounted there. So I was going to put the button there, but then I wasn't. Actually, take that back. This is actually where I did mount the button. Excuse me. I was going to put it here, but I didn't like the way it looked. And I was going to put it here, and I was like, it's not long enough to go there. I didn't like the way it looked here. So I ended up putting it right here. So that's going to eliminate my defroster. Now this is the passenger side window switch. So I am going to re-drill that hole and put it there. So let me show you in the car how I've got it. And it's the only downside to having it on the right side, as you can see it right there. The only downside to that is when you use that button, say if you want to do setup mode, you have to push the button and turn the key at the same time. So you have to use your left hand to turn the key and the right hand to push the button. Or you can do it however you want to do it. So the best thing would have been to put it over here, but I didn't like the way it looked right here. So fits good right there, like I say. And then I'll just drill the hole for the mirror switch or mirror button right there. So we good to go on that. And I had a question. Somebody asked me where did I mount the module for the GSS 3000 is right there underneath the gear shifter. I need to put some tape on that or heat shrink on that red wire that I see some wire exposed. And that's a ignition 12 volt, so it's not hot currently, but it will be when you turn the car on. But that's where that's mounted. And if y'all don't remember, I did mount the switch underneath the console as well, and I got the rod attached to the side of the shifter, but I got this little adapter plate pointing down versus up like I had it initially. So now I'm able to get all my shift points. I'll show you guys here in a second. I know some of you guys only saw it on here, and I don't think I showed the final update when I got it to go into every gear. So let me just turn it on real quick and I'll show you. So, but I do like having the switch right here though. So you see it's in park. So I can get it in each gear now. 2, 1, no problem. I need gas. So that's that. So that works. So now all I gotta do is figure out my situation with my console. More on that here in a second, because I do have a solution that I'm working on that. So here's the layout so far that I've drawn up for the console. So those are the measurements that I've got. So I'm gonna tweak them a little bit, but it's gonna be a 2-piece console, because right here where it comes up to right where the radio mounts, I've got my computer right there as you see in the car. So I need to make this section right here, as far as when it comes to the width, when it gets here, this front portion is going to be separate, and it's going to have to be wider to account for the computer sticking out. So as you can see it right there. So as you can see how it's sticking out past the console right here. So here's the piece right here. So it'll go right there to cover it from the side. But see, it'll have to stick out that far. So that'll be easy. So I'll just have it put a step block right here and then just mount this like that. That way this is covered up. So couldn't find anywhere else to put this because the wire is not long enough, because I chose to drill the hole on this side. I should have put it on that side. But even so, there's no room in the glove box for it. And it doesn't fit. It may fit over there on the factory footwell over there on the kick panel, but there's a relay right there for the, I believe that's the door and the horn relay, some relays over there, but so I didn't want to cover that up. So we're working on that, getting all my measurements. I'm just using some cardboard for templates until I get everything finalized, and then I'll go get some wood. I'll probably do a mock-up in 1/4 inch before I get the cutting on the expensive. I mean, it's all expensive shit. 3/4 inch MDF. I think it was $60 a sheet last time I bought some to make that woofer box. So that's what's going on with the console. I got my shifter, everything works. The gauge is set up, got my button in there. And then another thing I'm getting ready to tackle. Let me show you up here real quick first. The headlights, the housings, the original housings. See how they kind of rusty and pitted? So I bought some new ones from OPGI, Original Parts Group, which is these right here. So I got all 4 of these. So while I bought these, I bought new trim rings as well. I mentioned this in another video. So if you see at the top, where'd it go? This right here. See how these are closed holes, and then the bottom on the original one are slotted? Well, on this one, they're closed on both ends. But come to find out, when you put them on they actually don't even line up all the way. So the top, you can get those 2 to line up, but look at that. So that's a bummer. And I just figured this out. I just found this out yesterday when I was trying to mock it up. So, because I was getting ready to get these pieces ready to paint black. So I'm just gonna have to use the original ones because they do fit. I don't know if those are supposed to be universal or what, but these do line up. Hold on, y'all. My bad. So these do line up. If I can get it with one. So I did it earlier. Trust me. Hold on, let me set y'all down. Hold on. Trust me, it lines up. I did it earlier. This one's bent. That's probably why that was the one that was bent. But it does line up with the original ones. So I'm just gonna, wait, it was lining up. Okay, here we go. Nah, it don't line up with this one either. Man, I tell you. So what I'm probably gonna end up doing, I thought I was able to get these lined up, because they're all the same. Maybe they are different. Okay, this one lines up. Maybe they're different. Maybe there's 2 outside, 2 inside. But we'll get it figured out either way. So, but if I can't use these, then what I'll do is I'll just repaint these, because I originally had painted these satin black. So I'll clean them up and give them a fresh coat of paint with all the black trim. So we'll get that taken care of. But right now I'm about to clean off these fenders and get the masking up the outside. So we're gonna get an overspray on that. And one more thing that I was working on, this was a big one that guys were asking me about, the parking brake. So I've got it figured out. I ran into the issue of this piece right here and crimping this ball stop on there. So these I just got from the hardware store. They're 1/8 inch for this cable, but they're aluminum. So using the hydraulic crimp is too much pressure and it basically deforms it. So it's no longer the right size. It's barely the right shape. So I'm gonna put it up on the screen here, but I did find the piece that I need, that's stainless steel. I got them from Granger. I went yesterday, but I was gonna order them online. They don't have them where you can pick them up the same day. So I figured I would just go up there and get them. But for whatever reason, you have to order them and they're ready like the next business day. So I should have just ordered them when I was initially looking at them, because I could have picked them up yesterday. So because I went yesterday, which was Friday, they won't be available for me to pick up until Monday. So I'll pick that up Monday. But what it is, it's a 1/8 inch internal diameter. The external is 3/8. So, and I measured this out, so it came out perfect. So if you look at this, this is the one that's on there now. And you see how deformed it is, because it started like this, and you see how long it is now. And this is the one that I cut off. So this is the piece that it's actually adapting to. And as you can see, it goes in like that. And you see how it barely fits. But once the pressure, it'll pull it in there snug. So measuring this out, it's a 1/4 inch width in there from left to right. This piece right here, this is how it comes before you crimp it. You see how it won't even go down in there all the way? See how it sticks up? This piece, the outside diameter, is 3/8. So when you crimp it, it crimps it to just shy over a 1/4 inch. So that way it leaves room to pressure fit in there and not pull out. So like I say, with the aluminum fitting, I used the wrong crimper. There's a manual crimper that you're supposed to use with that. I don't have it, since I already have the hydraulic one. I use that one. And technically you're supposed to use the steel one anyway, because the steel one is rated for lifting, the same things that they use in gym. If you're using any equipment in the gym that's a machine, those cables, that's what they use on the end of those. These aluminum ones are just for fencing. So there's some pressure, but not a lot. And that's why that one pulled off. The first time I tried to use that one, it actually just pulled it right off the cable. So the second time I crimped it a little harder, but as you can see, it deformed it. So the stainless steel one, I'll be able to crimp it, and it shouldn't deform in shape or size. It should go down to the proper size, and it should hold its spherical shape or whatever, so that it'll stay inside that bracket. So that's what we got going on now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these fenders wiped down, masked up. Like I say, I'm not gonna paint today because of the humidity, and I think they're getting ready to have a party for my little cousin in the backyard, so I can't blow up the booth, because we got blow up swimming pools and all kind of stuff going up there. And even if I did blow it up, we're gonna be tripping breakers all over the house. so we'll get to that probably tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to get everything prepped today, get the fenders ready to go. First thing in the morning, I'll give them another. I'm wiping them down now just so that I can mask them up, and then that way they'll be ready to go. First thing in the morning, I'll come out here and check the humidity. Like I say, it feels like 90 something degrees in here. It's only 82 reading, but that 70% is making it hot. I'm sweating already, look, and I ain't barely been out here. So stay tuned. It's for y'all, it's gonna be a few minutes, but it's gonna be first thing in the morning to me. So in the next clip, you'll see me probably getting the booth set up, putting these in there, getting ready to paint.